had some very ripe bananas and I've been wanting to make some banana bread, and today is the day. I will link the recipe down below. It is from Sally's Baking Addiction, and one of the things that I like to do whenever I'm baking is to measure all of the ingredients out, and for this recipe it said that I could use walnuts or pecans, so I decided to go ahead and chop up the walnuts so that way once I start getting everything in the KitchenAid mixer I can just keep dumping everything in. And I'm not a big lover of baking. I definitely have to be in the mood for it, and today I am. And I also have my oven preheating to 350 degrees. This recipe was very simple, and I'm just taking my spatula just to go around and make sure that there's no flour pockets at the bottom of the bowl, and then I'm putting it into a greased loaf pan, and I'm going to put it into the oven and let it bake for 60 minutes or until done. And since I was in the mood to bake, I thought today would be the perfect day to start organizing what I'm going to be making for the holidays. So this is just a little notebook I bought at Dollarama a couple of years ago, and last year I made a list of what I wanted to make. For this year I tried a couple of new recipes, and there's a couple of more that I'd like to try this year, but I'm not quite sure about it. But I just want to kind of finalize my list, and I saw this at Dollarama for $4, and I thought this would be really great to put my Christmas recipes because I'm trying to get those ones that I make year after year, and I'll put the link down below, but I just did a Google search for like free principles for baking, and I saw this and I just trimmed it around, and then I took some scrapbooking paper and I'm just gonna like cut this around so that way I can put it at the front of this little portfolio book, and I thought it'd be a really cute way to keep my recipes organized for the holidays. I love the way that this came together. I was trying to find like some kind of principle, but I just decided to kind of make it on my own. So I made these sprinkle cookie recipes last year. The M&M cookies were a big hit too, so I wanted to make sure that I made them again. My cranberry bliss bars, they're kind of like my special recipe. My husband loves them. And then the Andes mint cookies, I got this from Hillary of Old World Home. I don't necessarily love them for cookie platters because the mint is strong, but I do like to make them. I also made these last year, these gingerbread bars, and they were so good. I'm definitely making them every year. And I also made a no-bake eggnog pie, and it was so good. And I will link all of these recipes down below. I haven't tried this, but I wanted to make some gingerbread muffins. And instead of lemon juice, I'm going to use orange juice because I thought the orange would be really nice with the spices. And then this was my mom's recipe. She made this every Christmas, and I am very thankful to have this recipe book because her memory is gone right now. She doesn't remember any of these. And then I remembered she always made the gingerbread men cookies every year, and the kids always love them. So I'm not sure if this is the recipe. So I should make sure that I have all of that to carry on all of the traditions. And you know, it's just one of those little things that I took for granted. And now I would do anything to have some of my mom's baking. I also picked up a gray one. I thought maybe I could do like recipes like for meals or appetizers. So I have the new Pioneer Woman holiday magazine and the old ones. I'm going to go through all of them. And then I remembered this fall one. There was a recipe for buffalo chicken meatballs. So I went and printed it out. I will link it down below too because I'm always looking to make easy appetizers, and I thought these would be something very popular. So I'm going to work on that. I'm not going to do it today, and that's one of the things I want to do throughout the month of December is to try some new recipes and figure out which ones are keepers and which ones aren't. But I am just so thankful to have some of these special things. And I know we live in the world where everything is perfect and, you know, you want to have everything organized, but I still like to do things kind of make it my own, like using this little elf notebook and then making my own little book for my recipes. I just think it's something special. And then the other thing that I did was I went through and I wrote down all of the things that I still need to purchase. So that way I can keep adding a few things to each grocery haul, and that way whenever I want to bake, I have everything that I need. I really wanted to get these last year because I saw on social media that Costco had these. I think I got these about 2 months ago when I saw them in the store, and today is the day that I'm going to get them out and use them all. And I thought they had a good variety of the spoons and then the cups, and then it also has a leveler. It is made in China, but it is from Costco, and usually what is at Costco is pretty good, and if I don't like it, I could return it. But I'm trying to declutter some of my kitchen, and I've been just kind of doing a cupboard here, a drawer there, just so it's not overwhelming. But I did a big like decluttering and purging last year, and I'm just trying to maintain it. So a lot of this has kind of gotten away from me. I have a lot of odds and ends. I'm trying to replace some of my Pyrex containers with new ones that I got at Walmart, and I'm very happy with them. So I went through, I got all of my odds and ends measuring cups, all of my spoons, I put them into a baggie, and then some of my Pyrex containers that I'm really not using anymore. So I have them all here, and I'm happy with how the cupboard looks now. It's a lot more simpler. These ones I use all the time, these Pyrex ones, they're bigger, and then that one I use too, and then these are the ones I use all of the time. And I also kept 2 of the smaller Pyrex, and then I have a lot more room up here for all of my measuring cups. I did keep my Tupperware ones because it is nice to have double, so that way if you have wet and dry ingredients, you can do that. We got these crackers in the summertime, and they were really, really good. We still have a few bags left, but I put everything into this box, and I just wrote November 24 Pyrex and baking. I have a shelf on one of our storage units out in the garage, and I'm going to put them out there. And if I can get through Christmas without using any of these, it will be time to say goodbye. The banana bread is cool, so it's time to see how it is. It was a very dense bread. You can see the top is a little bit lighter than the bottom. There was no baking powder in it, so it didn't really rise, and the batter was very heavy, so I can see why the bottom is a little bit more dense than the top, but it was very delicious, very easy to mix up, and it was perfect with a cup of coffee for a little afternoon pick-me-up. And I hope that you enjoyed, seeing the process of trying to get organized with the baking. It's something I've been trying to work on for years, with coming up with certain recipes that I make every year. And then last year I tried a couple of new ones, and they were really good. And because I have like this little notebook that I write everything down in, it was really easy to remember what to do from last year, and I'm very thankful for doing that. And I think, as we go through a lot of different life experience, there's little things that you just didn't realize that you took for granted. Like some of the little things that, you know, your mom did over Christmas. And now that things are changed, like you really miss them. And I'm just trying to like recreate some of the things that she did, but also, you know, keep track of all of the things that I do for my family during the holiday season for whatever the future has in store.